Oh, here we go. That was kind of surprising. Good morning, America. How y'all doing? Yes, Emos the Witness. We're back. Episode 7 of the F.I.L.L. Show, F.I.L.L. As y'all know, F.I.L.L. stands for what the fuck I look like. We're going to get into it, y'all. Ready to go. Congratulations, we made it to another week. We're back. Holiday season's almost done. Catch me downtown at Wave 1 Media, 120 East Market Street. Come holler at my man Wyatt, my man Malik. Come down and get you a show. Come spit your views. Let it loose. So let's get into the news, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get some background music. Let's hop in. We got to fix my headphones here. No, now I'm going. We got the stimulus to talk about. We got update on COVID. We have an update on the election. So let's get started, you guys. You know, like I said, I got my Alka-Seltzer with me. I got my coffee, my tea. So I'm ready to go, you know. So let me take a few deep breaths and let me make sure I got this gastric acid reflux, you know, corrected and ready to go if I can speak to you guys. You know, like I said, I'm 42 years old. You know, I got this pop belly I'm trying to get rid of. You know, full disclosure, shit. You know, I got a little daughter, man, and you know, a lot of stress and strain on top of that. You know, you taking care of kids for the first time and then you're trying to get through life, right? First time as a parent. So I got this buildup of just weight in the center. It look like I'm pregnant. I'm serious. It's not an ugly sight. And I'm just trying to figure out where the hell this shit come from. And I just remembered I got my eating habits growing up from my Uncle Reg. And so I want to take a minute. I want y'all to hear this little clip about how it all came about. And hopefully you and I can come together and help me lose this weight. I got this motherfucking pot belly. I don't know what it is. I've been having it for like about 4 or 5 years now, man. Since my daughter was born, you know, I kind of use it as an excuse. You know, I say, yeah, that's that daddy weight. But man, that shit looks grotesque. It looks ridiculous. Man, I look like I'm pregnant. Like I got twins. Like I got some real twins. Like I'm like, how the fuck did I get this way? Like I just let it go. It just happens like overnight. That's what thing you like. Yeah, I'll lose this shit. All I gotta do is just jog 5 days straight. I'm good. Nah, nigga, that shit grows when you sleeping. I don't know what that fat tissue is real, man. It's hard to lose weight. Oh, metabolism shit's scary, man. Fucking breathing, choking on my own air, choking on my own food. And look, man, I realized what part of the problem is that I picked up or I inherited my eating habits from my Uncle Reggie, man. My Uncle Reg, man, I wasn't thinking. I'm a little nigga. I was a little nigga growing up, and that nigga played football. You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm watching a high school football player eat mass quantities of food because that's what they do. That's a requirement. You're trying to get big for the football field, and I'm not thinking about that. I'm just some middle school 6th grader, like, you know, yeah, I am supposed to eat 18 rolls of vanilla cookies and cream. I'm supposed to eat a gallon of ice cream. I'm supposed to fucking put half of the fucking jar of peanut butter on one slice of bread and eat that motherfucker with fucking a half pound of jelly, and then do it twice, and do it at 10 o'clock p.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, really? I'm really gonna be? I was that young nigga in 6th grade that woke up with peanut butter in his throat because my uncle do it. That nigga used to come in with 2 rotisserie chickens from Marsh. You know what I'm saying? No, look, man, like no vegetables, no fruit. It'd be all meat and potatoes. It'd be French fries. It'd be Hardy, Frisco melts, patty melts. And I was thinking, like, yeah, that's normal shit. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I realized, you know, growing up, I used to always eat like two cheeseburgers. 2 cheeseburgers and some fries. Like some homemade, like we could never go out as a family, you know, to eat. We always have to eat at the house. So you want a burger, but you make you a burger. They used to always make 2 burgers. Like, what the fuck was I thinking 2 burgers for, you little nigga? You don't need 2 burgers. But Uncle Reg, though, would eat 2 burgers, you know, and then some. So I always thought it was normal to have 2 fucking burgers on your plate with some fries. Can you imagine going on a fucking date and you go to McDonald's or some shit, and you know they got the one burger fried meal combo? It's 1 burger on the picture, nigga. And you trying to find out where they get 2? She looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga eating 2 burgers? What the fuck, who does that? No one does that. That's not, I thought that shit was common. I thought that shit was common knowledge. I thought you got 3 scoops on your ice cream cone, you supposed to. That's what to me, that's a minimum. Baskin Robbins will kick your ass if you don't get more than 3. I've been off my food game for 40 years. For 40 years, at least 20 years, when I was able to choose my own food items, I was off base, man. I was like doing dumb. Like I've been in love with food since I should have been fat. I should have been fat since like 8 years old. I should have been, because I tie my emotion with food. Can you imagine that shit? Can you imagine you tying your emotion with food, and you're also replicating the characteristics and the habits of your fat Uncle Reggie? But Uncle Reggie's doing it because of football. What's your excuse? Do you not understand the weights and measures? You don't need to have a 3,000 calorie diet to go to college, nigga, to be a risk manager. You may need a 4,000 calorie diet for football. Didn't nobody tell you that shit? Where's your older brother at? Where's your people at when they saw you go upstairs with a half bag of cookies and a Snicker bar? Because your Uncle Reggie did it. You can't do that shit, little nigga. So now, as today, you know how much. I don't know. This is some crazy shit. Cause I don't know, health-wise, if that benefited me or did it hurt me. Like if I sit on a lot of cholesterol from like my high school years, and then you top that off with my pop belly from my baby being born. You know what I'm saying? Like how do I get from around that? How do I get over that hump? You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Like I mean like. My Uncle Reg used to make 3 fried egg sandwiches. You see what I'm saying? Fry them bitches up with some cheese and put some bread on them bitches, man, and have a side of pancakes with them shits. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, I got you. I see. That's normal. Let me tell you I'm gonna end this real quick. I know it's been long. It ain't meant to be funny. It's meant to be concerning because I'm concerned about some shit now. There's COVID too. On top of that. Shit, that's like extra salt, nigga. But what I'm trying to tell you is like, let me just give you a quick breakdown of the whole meal plan for the day. Nigga like me, following the wrong shit. Okay, so in the morning I wake up, man, have me probably about 8 pancakes with peanut butter and jelly as the syrup condiment option. Now you keep that in the back of your head with the syrup. Okay, we got some scrambled eggs with cheese on that bitch. Okay. Avocado for comedy in that motherfucker on that plate. Bacon, sausage, the patties and the bacon, nigga. It's going down. It's going down. This probably a hot summer of '94. Can you imagine motherfucking Dre Day bouncing in the motherfucking house and the niggas got the whole shit smell like fucking Denny's, nigga. And I'm a little nigga. That's breakfast, okay? Let that shit die down. We break dancing or something, whatever we doing, listen to Criss Cross, listen to the jukebox, whatever. About 3 hours later, nigga, we back at it. Here come the 2 motherfucking burger patties. Here come the 2 sandwiches. Here come the 2 sandwiches with the homemade steak fries fried up. Okay? That's what we were doing at about 2 p.m. Okay, summertime. Then your grandma coming home, she making the motherfucking Salisbury steak. Okay, with the mashed potatoes and the green beans, because she ain't really doing it for you, nigga. She's doing it for the husband when he get home. But you get some of that shit too. But you see, Uncle Reg done got 3 slices of the Salisbury steak. Okay, so you gonna get 3 slices. You gonna at least try to get 3. You gonna at least get 2. You know what I'm saying? Now look at me today. What am I gonna do, man? Huh? How do I get past that? And then your grandfather comes home and says, "Hey, it's 10 p.m. He already ate. Hey man, make me a motherfucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know you gonna eat one too."
Amazing. So yeah, I finally came to terms with how I got this big ass pot belly. Apparently, I've been following the wrong shit, and that's the point. We gotta start following the right shit, America. We have to start holding our politicians accountable. So before I begin, real quick into the news, I want y'all to hit that subscribe button, YouTube. Like me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit that notification button so you can get the latest news and topics coming live to you on Wave 1 Media. Emos the Witness, episode 7 of the F.I.L.L. show, Fuck I Look Like. Good morning, America. So yeah, like I said, this COVID is serious, man. You gotta get your health together. You gotta get in shape. You gotta make sure you stay vigilant. We got an update for you guys. As you know, that there's been a lot going on in the world regarding COVID. We got the new shots that came out. We got the home test kit. We got Moderna and Pfizer bringing out the vaccines. They've been released to all the nurses, all the nursing homes, first responders. We're making progress. We do have a little bit of setbacks, a few allergic reactions across the country. I think I've read an article the other day about a hospital actually suspending vaccinations for a moment in time to kind of monitor about 4 individuals who may have caught a little bit of backlash from that shot, right? Are you going to get the shot, huh? Or are you going to kind of hide in the basement? I don't know, man. It's still a tough call. I'm still debating myself. You know, like I said, I kind of avoid shots. Full disclosure, I never got the flu shot. I believe in taking various fruits and vegetables and elixirs and, you know, all those nice good things you get from the home and from the earth, from the ground up. But that's another topic for another day. But yeah, it's all about eating healthy and staying vigilant and about getting this shot. You know, when you look at stuff like this, you read articles going on in England, for example. We look at this article I read here on MSNBC regarding live updates regarding the coronavirus stimulus package. And just going down a little bit here, man, I was reading that there's a new concern virus going on in the United Kingdom. It says, this article pulled down a little bit. I'll read this to you guys. I'm just skip a few paragraphs. Let's go talk about the stimulus. I'll get into that in a moment. A lot of good details regarding the package there. But right here, the third paragraph. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom, first of all, the United Kingdom was increasingly isolated on Monday as countries around the world rushed to shut their doors to the island nation after a possibly more infectious strain of the virus was detected there. Man, health experts in the UK and US said the strain seems to infect more easily than others, but there's no evidence yet of it is more deadly. Hold on one second. There we go. The strain is also concerning because it has so many mutations, nearly 24, and some are on a spiky protein that the virus uses to attach and infect cells. The spike is what the current vaccines target. So yeah, we got like the good and the bad, right? We have a new virus coming in that seems to be even stronger than what we're dealing with now. It's pretty sobering. So I guess maybe we should get that vaccine, right? But the thing is, my opinion about the matter is that, make it available to us, but don't make it mandatory. Give us the option to live our lives the way we want to live them, right? There's a fear that, the upcoming Biden administration will push to have mandatory vaccines, push to have mandatory masks. And that's what we get, when we're trying to, fight for our rights and fight for our political future. We a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people aren't being negative or being dismissive. We're trying to make sure that these laws are passed and these new features and these new vaccines and things like that that are coming down the pipeline are being administered in a manner in which give respect to the American people, meaning that we have a choice in how we live our lives and what we consume and we put in our bodies and our children's bodies. I mean, there's a lot of concern about the speed and implementation of this vaccine. We know the reason why, because it's so dangerous, but at the same time, we want to make sure it's safe. And American people have a right to make sure that there's no hidden agendas regarding this vaccine. Now, some people say people who think like that are naive, are ignorant, are leading to a confusion amongst the country in regard to the vaccine. But at the same time, people have to realize there's been a lot of confusion from onset. From the beginning of 2021, we've witnessed various mixed messages regarding this vaccine and how we're supposed to fight against it. What it can do, what it can't do. The stats and the data behind it. And it just puts a lot of fear in your heart at the end of the day when you see a constant tally of deaths and cases rising. You see shutting down of restaurants and bars and stores and schools. What do you do? My philosophy is you stay strong, you stay vigilant, you stay the course. You go to work. You teach your kids. You adjust. We learned a lot about ourselves with this vaccine. And I hope I could talk in a manner and a tense that we're almost out of it, right? We learned a lot. We learned a lot about shit. We need to get our virtual learning up, right? I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of families who don't have the resources to even prepare for a situation like this. So what are we going to do if there's another pandemic? How are we going to prepare for it when it comes to our educational system? Things are changing before our eyes. The way we eat, the way we travel, how we discuss, how we communicate, how we see one another. You know, right now the future can go dark or it can go bright. You know, and that's what's going on here with Emos to Witness, right? I'm here to bring you a new perspective, a fresh, new analytical point of view regarding the political climate of today, the issues that we face every day in the world of foreign policy as well. I want to make sure this show is very in depth and very intricate as far as the content that we bring. The Phil Show, the fuck I look like, right? Episode 7. Hit that like, subscribe button. YouTube, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram. Soon we'll have live chats. You can reach me at my support page, my contact us page. That was episode 7. I'm really getting used to it. I'm really feeling it. Soon this show will get tighter, get better. My man Malik, my man Wyatt, Wave 1 Media. Come down here, get you a show. 120 East Market Street, Emos. So yeah, as we continue, remember, hit that subscribe button. COVID is very serious, man. I mean, like I said, we have this train here, and like I told y'all last week, Tom Cruise is telling y'all motherfuckers to wear y'all mask. Let's let them know about Tom Cruise again. Let them remind him, man. This is serious. And even celebrities trying to let you know. This is a message from Tom Cruise.
They're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs,
Motherfuckers.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone.
Man, I wonder if he had a belt in his hand. You think he had one of them belts? You know how when you're growing up and you had a belt in your hand? Well, I didn't have a belt. Well, shit. I don't know how y'all grew up, but you ever see your parents take that belt and fold it in half and then kind of like squeeze it together and then snap it real quick to get your attention? I bet he did that shit on set. That was Tom Cruise on set. Y'all pissed off at some of his people for not wearing a mask. You know, we got a new strain in UK. They probably was filming in the UK. Don't fuck with Tom Cruise, y'all. Get that message in your head. Get it clear. Wear that mask. Don't you want to get tired of fear? Tom Cruise put fear in your ass. You saw that just now. When celebrities go wild, when they go rogue, right? Santa Claus ain't fucking with. Look at Santa Claus. Santa Claus ain't fucking with nobody this year. Santa Claus is like, look, y'all can get y'all gifts. But we're going to give y'all gifts like this. Let me play that Santa Claus clip real quick, man. Showing them how we doing in 2020.
Taking COVID-19 precautions this year, but he took some time away from the North Pole to visit sick children, American Families Children's Hospital in Wisconsin.
This motherfucker.
He hopped on a fire truck.
On a fire truck. Ho, ho, ho. Stand the fuck back. Look at this. But no reindeer this year. Blitzen and all the motherfuckers is gone. Santa Claus, I'm up here. Look up, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's right. No sleigh. Shit, I'll hold you motherfuckers down. Back up. Santa Claus, y'all. He's like, fuck the herd. And this Santa Claus, I don't know how many Santa Claus there are in the world. I think there's like 8 per region of the world. There's probably like a Santa Claus per region. So I guess in the fucking Calcutta, motherfucking Santa Claus is a little helper. This motherfucker got a clown nose on. They just dropped his ass off on top of a mountain. So get down in this village and here, kids. Here, kids. Stand the fuck back. Back the fuck up. Get the fuck away from me, shit. Motherfucker's still coming. COVID everywhere. It's good, though. We don't give up, though. Since I'm saying we got to be vigilant, y'all. We got to. Christmas has to still happen. We still got to keep going. Keep pushing. Everybody gets gifts. Santa Claus made adjustments. We make adjustments, right? This motherfucker's on a fire truck, y'all. I'd have been so pissed. I took my kids home and shit. How you explain that shit in the car? Daddy, where the reindeer at? I don't know, son. I don't know. Play your fucking tablet. Shut the hell up. You know what I mean? It's just that's the frustration we deal with. But again, like I said, it's optimism. You see that man jogging down, passing out those gifts. That clown nose. Ain't that some shit? Can't even give his ass a real beard or nothing. But that's where we are in 2020, y'all. So let's go to 2021 strong, y'all. You know, let's move on from that. Like I said, you know, we got some good and bad with the stimulus, and hopefully it will continue to get better over the next few weeks with these vaccines. But let's move on to the stimulus, right? Because that's what we've been waiting to hear back from, right? You know, as you know, both the Democratic and Republican leaders have gotten together over the weekend to try to get to a conclusion or decision regarding the stimulus package. about a $900 billion package on the table. We had a lot of disagreements. Apparently on Sunday night, the Republicans and the Democratic leadership couldn't come to an agreement, so they passed a standalone bill for one day, lasting up to midnight on Monday, to have further time to negotiate the provisions of the stimulus package. What they initially planned to do, and I'm not even reading from the article, I'm kind of just going off freestyle because I've been doing a lot of research over the weekend on it. Apparently what they're trying to do is they were trying to combine both bills, the big spending bill and the stimulus package bill together, and they weren't able to come to an agreement. I believe Republicans were disputing the fact that, that's that damn acid reflux coming. See, when I say like 4 or 5 sentences in a row, shit starts bubbling up. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go jogging after this. I'm gonna go for a walk. It's a nice day today. But yeah, Republicans were pretty much beefing over the fact that they didn't want any they wanted liability protection, and they didn't want any state local government bailouts from Democrats trying to sneak that in the bill. Various little intricate details, man, and basically they couldn't come to an agreement. And they ended up pushing the bill out to about midnight Monday to get an extension. But they ended up coming to an agreement this morning. An agreement. Not a bill is passed. Nothing's been written right now. The bill is being drafted by the various helpers that are out there in D.C. But yeah, again, that's some details according to what we're hearing about their agreement. Is that it's worth about $900 billion, and that's what Republicans want to keep that below $1 trillion. So they got their goal there. It does include a second round of checks and unemployment benefits. $600 per child and adult. It's not retroactive, the unemployment benefits, by the way. The unemployment benefits are $300 a week, I believe, for 10 weeks. Again, we're gonna get the details. I mean, as I currently air live right now, 10:54 on Wave One Media. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Emos, the witness. Phil Show. Fuck I look like. Bring you a new hot political news perspective. Here, Wave One Media, 120 East Market Street. Come down here and get y'all a show, y'all. Like me on Facebook. Like me on Twitter, Instagram. Website coming soon. emosthewitness.com. See how I jumped to the segue before I give you the news? Because I want y'all to stay around. So before we get into it, hit that like button. We'll have live chats soon. Hit me on my contact page. We're going to get really intricate in here. This is only episode 7. Trust me. Oh, and by the way, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 11, that's the goal. That's what we do. But this week, we'll have this one show today on Monday, and then we'll have a Christmas Eve show this Thursday, live. And we'll get into a lot of stuff heading into the Christmas holiday, Christmas Day. It should be fun. It should be really fun. But yeah, regarding stimulus details, again, like I said, $300 per week, that's not retroactive. It also includes about $25 billion in rental assistance, an extension on the eviction moratorium, $13 billion in food assistance, $7 billion in increased broadband. Okay, I guess we're going to keep the internet popping. Again, like I told you, no aid for state and local governments. There's no liability protection clauses for small businesses or businesses in general. So that's still a sticking point for a lot of companies are scared to open up and scared to kind of go full steam back to normal because they're scared of being sued by patrons based on the COVID, and they want protection. And that's a sticking point. But again. We'll see how long it takes for it to become law. It'll be a lot of bickering, of course, among politicians initially over the write-up of the bill. But there's a lot of things we got to find out. We don't know, but we'll find out in the coming days what we're going to see the details of this bill and this agreement. So, but like I said, if it's not signed in the coming days, you're going to see about 12 million Americans that will lose their unemployment benefits. You see a lapse in the federal eviction moratorium, paid sick leave, and the aid, of course, to state and local governments that will also lapse. There is no student loan forgiveness included in this package. So that won't be included. That's per Nancy Pelosi, I believe. Mixed family status will be eligible as well, per Nancy Pelosi. Adult dependents are not eligible, from what I understand. Per Steve Mnuchin, now, the rollout, if this bill is passed, which is, I believe it will pass, I think there's too many political ramifications at stake if this bill is not passed. You you got 2 Senate races coming up in Georgia. That's something we need to talk about pretty soon, get an update on that. And, if you don't put any pressure on these politicians, they're going to ram shot on you. So, this stimulus package will get passed because they need the political firepower. They want to make sure they do what they can take to win this election coming up. Because this Senate race is very important. I'm going to talk about that here shortly. But But what we're looking at here is we're seeing that if this is passed, the stimulus check itself should be rolled out pretty fast, per Steve Mnuchin. We already have the information on file, what he's stating, and from the first round. So it should be much easier to distribute the funds to those who received it previously. So we'll see if that $600 per adult per child helps you out this coming. I believe it won't come out till sometime next year before the inauguration. There's just too much going on, or at least before the Senate race will be probably rolled out as far as the payments. This is a lot to go on. You got to get through the holiday. You got to get through the writing of the bill, and you got to get through all the bickering. And you got, of course, you got to pass the law and get it signed at the president's desk. So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you posted on the stimulus package and the progress we're making. We'll have another update on Thursday. Emos, the witness, the F.I.L.L. show, the fuck I look like, spreading the truth, holding people accountable, being witness out here. We're all witness together, okay? I don't know if I made that point clear this episode, but I want you to understand we're walking this path together. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, YouTube, like me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're all witnesses, okay? I'm just a messenger, middleman, the referee. Okay? So let's walk these streets, let's walk these headlines, these articles together and find the truth. Let's become witnesses where we're not being told. Let's make sure we hear what we hear correctly. All right? So, yeah, like I said, let's see if that $600 really does any have a real impact on our economic viability, you know? And if not, we're hearing that Joe Biden will attempt to pass a third stimulus package once he's inaugurated. So he's saying there's more assistance on the way after this package. So this is something we can look forward to, I suppose. But it depends on how you weigh things, you know. Because like I said, I mean, a normal American probably will weigh that and say, man, I could really use $600 and additional aid. And I'm glad that we have a president coming in office that's going to give us more aid. And so yeah, that's cool. I'll take that. Let's go, Joe. But a person like me is like, hold on, man, this election, you know, is still being decided. And do I want a Joe Biden in office? I mean, I have a choice. Do I want extra aid at the expense of a Joe Biden presidency? Or do I want to see voter integrity? Do I want to see results or thousands of affidavits respected and taken into account and reviewed properly before I accept anything from an incoming administration? I don't know who my leader is yet. I'm just being totally honest. I don't know who my leader is yet. I've heard of who he is. I've heard a lot of media pushing him to the front of the line, pushing it on my face from November 4th on. But I'm also reading articles that show things differently. That there's a lot of fight going on, and I don't want to jump into that yet. I want to jump into the stimulus and keep it going. I want to talk about the Senate race in Georgia, because that's where it all starts. If Biden wants to give us another injection of stimulus money, it's going to be based on the Senate race between I believe it's David Perdue and Joe Loeffner. So let's pull up that stat. Here we go. Right here we got John Ossoff and Dave Perdue. This is the current results of the update on the early voting for Georgia Senate runoff race. We have a 48.8% lead for Mr. Senator Perdue, and we have a 48.2% for John Ossoff. In the special Senate election for Senator Kelly Loeffner against Raphael Warnock, we have Loeffner winning currently by a small margin in the early voting of 48.5%, and Warnock is at 48.4%. So the race that you see in the early voting in Georgia is very close. We still have, we'll keep an eye on this. Of course, the election day itself is on the January 4th, I believe. I believe that's right. Let's go up a little bit more. Yeah, I think it is. And so, yeah, this race has a lot of ramifications for the future of our country. Because, like I said, if the Democrats win both these races, they will control the Senate. They will also control the House, even though they lost a lot of seats this year to Republicans. They will also run the presidency, the administration, the executive branch. That's all three houses of government. So, yeah, Joe Biden can pass a lot of shit. But how would that benefit you? Are you square with him passing a whole bunch of laws, and we still may not know if this was fraud in the election? Do you want to have a leader that may have won under false pretenses, and you're okay with the policy that may come after that? A lot of cleanup that has to be involved once these results are finalized. You know, you sweep the shit up. You sweep a lot of shit up under the rug when you kind of won things on false pretenses, and then you come into administration, you got all that power. A lot of things get shut down, cleaned up under the rug. That's, you know. Anyway, let me stay on task. But yeah, like I said, the Republicans win one race out of that Georgia runoff race down in Georgia. If they win one, they control the Senate. They keep the Senate, and they therefore have a little bit of power to push back on the new president. And I expect, as a result, you'll have political gridlock. You won't see a lot of policies won't pass, and I bet you won't see a second stimulus from Joe Biden. So this race has a lot of importance, and so we'll keep track on that race. We'll give you another update on Thursday of the early voting results regarding that race, those two races down in Georgia. But let's get into election update. Let's get into some of these articles and get an update on what's going on between the 2020 presidency, because like I said, that has not been decided yet. And as you know, President Trump is still fighting. He's a fighter, isn't he? He's not giving up. This New York Times, not New York Times article, but this CNBC article says Trump campaign files long shot Supreme Court challenge to Biden's presidential win in Pennsylvania. Some key points here. We got President Donald Trump's re-election campaign made a long shot bid at the Supreme Court on Sunday to challenge President-elect Joe Biden's victory in Pennsylvania in a petition that asks the justice to reverse the outcome of the race. The case filed nearly 7 weeks after the election day and just a month before Biden is set to be inaugurated will almost certainly be turned aside by the justice. It comes as Trump continues to deny his loss, even as judges around the country have resoundingly rejected his and his allies' baseless allegations of fraud. Now, this article is from CNBC. You see the words and how they phrase certain points in their article. I mean, they're not giving you a shot to think what you want to think. They're not giving you a shot to give your own opinion. They're telling you it's baseless allegations. It's long shot bid, you know. But damn, like I said, if you're an ordinary parent, if you're an ordinary person, you go throughout your day, 9 to 5, and you're working, you're just reading these little points. You're just reading these little headline clippings. You're not digging deep. You're not going for the dictionary sources and saying, okay, let me see how long of a shot does he have? How long of a shot is it? Are these allegations baseless? But then when you dig deep, you see there's 1,000 affidavits that have been sworn testimony that have not been reviewed. You know, those things as American citizens concern me. I want these things answered before. I'm looking for voter integrity. I'm looking for fairness, right? I want to know that my leader was elected fairly, right? I want to know that these allegations were addressed. You know, we go to court case, we read these court cases, we see a lot of court cases were dismissed on just nonsense, not on the facts. So this court case in Pennsylvania is a little bit unique. It's a little bit different because this court case is like a totality of all the allegations, and they're asking the Supreme Court to review it again and overturn the results of Pennsylvania. And actually in particular, asking to overturn the results in the whole election. You know, everything together. You know, a lot of these cases have been cases that have been either brought apart by civilians and did not filed correctly and things like that. Just pretty much dismissed on semantics. So what I'm saying is there hasn't been really a real clear shot of a review of this election. And and President Trump, to his credit, and Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani and his people and his team are still fighting. It's just not being covered in the way that you think that is showing this is winnable. And it's not really, it's a long shot. And, you know, it doesn't really matter to me at this point about who is president. What's important to me is that our country is solid. And if you review everything, like I said, and everything comes back the way as it currently stands, I will accept Joe Biden as my president. I'm not gonna like it. I'm looking forward to the upcoming investigations in 2022 when the House, when the Republicans take the House. But I'm telling you, if this Senate race goes Republicans' favor, you will have 4 years of investigating of Joe Biden. So you're not gonna see anything get done. You're gonna see 4 years of investigating. You're gonna see in 2022 the House being overtaken by Republicans, and then you're gonna see in 2024 where President Trump becomes the nominee for the Republican Party for President of the United States again. He wants to run again in 2024. You're gonna see a return of that. This thing's like entertainment. It's like wrestling, man. It's like grilling. You know, it's just like who's the next matchup gonna be, right? So, and I kind of want that, man. I want to see 4 years of investigation. I want to see 4 years of Hunter Biden on the stand. I want to see what happened about Ukraine and China. I want to see the results of the special counsel on the Russian probe. That's 4 years, mandated. For the next 4 years, these investigations will happen. Now, you may call it an eye for an eye. They investigated Trump for 4 years over a fake dossier and an old DNI report from James Clapper. You know, that was nonsense. You had angry, deceitful FBI operatives such as Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. You had an indictment from Klein Smith for changing emails wordings to trip up Trump. It's amazing. You know, these things don't really get out, but these things actually happened. Frivolous, fraudulent investigations, and we're going to see a real investigation here coming in next year when it comes to the Bidens, because there's some nice documentation, some nice circumstantial evidence that we need to dig into when it comes to these Hunter Biden probes, emails. So, you know, I mean, you got a lot of hypocrisy on both sides. Because, like I said, you saw this investigation for 4 years. The most vetted president I've ever witnessed. For 4 years, he's been investigated from anything from Stormy Daniels all the way down to this Russian probe, right? You had Comey lying under oath. You had Loretta Lynch. Who lied? Did Loretta Lynch tell Comey it was just a matter? It's called only a matter? Comey said she did. She said she did. So somebody lied. That's illegal, man. Advisory reports. Come on, deceit, man. I mean, like I said, I'm here, Emos, with this F.I.L.L. show. There's a lot to unwind the last 4 years, and it brings us up to this point where we have a lot of division in our leadership and in election, and that's where we are today. There's been so much confusion being thrown out there. So we're going to go through the facts, and we're going to talk about the history of how we got to this point, including investigations like that. So hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. YouTube, Emos to Witness, episode 7. Only 7 episodes I've been talking this shit. So we're going to get better. We're going to grow together. A nice live show, bringing you the facts, political perspective, fresh, savvy news, witty content. We're going to dig deep into the content. Who's giving us that bullshit? Who's telling us the truth, right? As I say, who's speculating and who's percolating all at the same time? Laughing in our faces while we just walk around scared. COVID, everything. Putting food on the table. Tired of it. Fuck I look like, man. Fuck we all look like, right? Emos to Witness, y'all. So yeah, that's what's going on with the election. You know, we got a lot going on. We got Trump still fighting. He wants to continue to be in office. Obviously, he's got a lot of lawsuits going on. We have the election set to we have the Congress set to certify the elections here coming in early January, and so we don't know if the results in the Supreme Court decision and all the fighting that the president is currently doing is gonna be cleared up and squared away in time for the inauguration. So that's not really the point. I mean, if he vacates the office and Biden is president, like I said, you'll see investigations, and like I said, you'll see a lot of interesting things happen. I believe. Like I said, my prediction is between now and the inauguration, something is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but something tells me Trump is definitely not going to walk out that White House without a real big fight. Something's going to happen. I don't think he's going to leave willingly. I think that if you look at all the reports that I've been showing you, look at all the things that are hinting at, he's still fighting. You have people like Michael Flynn and senators out of North Carolina claiming that we should have, martial law and push to have the election vacated and erased. And he stays in power based on these results, based on the fact that we haven't had a full review of all these allegations. So some politicians are saying we're not going to allow this to slide. You can't just basically take the election or steal an election. A lot of people feel that Trump won and it was taken from him on the 4th. Okay, a lot of people went to sleep and woke up, thought it was over. there's 74 million Americans, 104 Republican politicians that support Trump. You can't ignore that. There has to be a brave judge to answer these questions. And right now, you're starting to see politicians, pick sides. You're starting to see the power shift. You're starting to see you see young Republicans like Devin Nunes and Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan. You see them continue to fight for the president's behalf. You see the old guard. You see the never Trumpers like Romney and Ben Sass. And those people, I predict those type of politicians, those Romneys and Sasses won't be there in 2022. Republicans got a lot of cleanup to do in their house. That's definitely a Trump party, and Trump definitely has a strong base. Wait in the wings to see what's going to happen with these fights. And I think when you add all it together, you're going to see something magical happen, or something amazing, or something even dangerous happen come in early January. This inauguration is not going to go as normal. Do you really think Trump's going to stand up there on that podium with Biden holding the Bible in his hand, being sworn in? He might toss that motherfucker over the ledge. Something's going to happen. This is not going to be a normal inauguration. It may not even be one. So we'll get into that. We'll stay on that. We'll focus on that. We'll keep track on that, and keep everyone posted on the election and the results. Because like I said, it's not over. I'm just a witness. I'm just telling you. Something's up. So we'll talk about that on Thursday. We'll keep on track of that. Emos the witness. Can't wait to chat with you guys. Can't wait to get that live chat going. Yeah. Happy holidays, y'all. I mentioned that I was going to talk about. You know what? I'm going to take a quick little pause, and I'll be right back. And we'll talk about a few things and close this thing out. 1 second, y'all. Emos the witness. Okay, we back, y'all. Like I was saying, y'all, hit that subscribe button. YouTube, Emos the Witness, F.I.L.L Show, episode 7. Like me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Website coming soon. So yeah, like I was saying, this election is going to be very interesting. I want to touch on a few articles real quick, kind of hammer this point home that there's still a fight going on. There's still a fight. Like I mentioned, the new Trump petition asks Supreme Court to overturn the Pennsylvania election results. Let's read this one real quick a little bit. So, President Donald Trump is carrying on his fight to overturn the election results. Per Politico. The president's legal team on Sunday filed a new petition with the Supreme Court asking to reverse a trio of decisions from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, easing some of the state's election rules related to signature verification, election day observation, and mail-in ballot declarations. They are also asking the court to allow the Pennsylvania General Assembly to pick its own state electors. Man, that's very interesting. What this paragraph is saying, I'm going to tell you pretty much, if you've been following the history of this election results in Pennsylvania, what happened before November 3rd or the 4th was illegal, like flat out illegal. You had independent electors or independent decision makers changing the rules of the election before the election day, when these rules are actually supposed to happen through the state legislature. So there's actually a particular law, a process that it goes through in order for these things to happen. But no, they made changes to mail-in ballots, the way the election day was observed, and the way we do signature verification before the 3rd. And there was complaints about this before the elections actually happened in the early voting. So when it was previously sent to the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, as you guys know, like 2 weeks ago, dismissed a lot of these cases based on their belief that the Pennsylvania state legislature or the Pennsylvania Supreme Court should be the ones to be able to make the decision and handle these kind of issues. So they didn't want to make the decision. They didn't want to touch it, pretty much. So now the president's coming back again with the request. Because they know they have a case. And that's why they keep fighting. So it doesn't make a difference if there's an inauguration day coming up. That's pageantry, right? That's a parade. That's an inauguration day. Okay, whoop-de-whoop. But you still got to go through a legal process to certify these results. And that's what President Trump is doing. He wants to win or lose, he wants to make sure that in the annals of history, we know what happened, right? And we set ourselves up for a future of correction. We can't, like I said, man, where's John Adams' great nephew? Where's George Washington's half brother? What y'all doing out there? Where are you? Huh? Where's Francis Scott Key? Not him in particular. Where's his great grandson? Are y'all out here being lazy and chilling? Do you not see this shit? Why don't you get off your asses and go down to Congress and check some fools? I know y'all got the clout. I know you got the juice. You mean to tell me Melvin Lincoln can't roll up into Virginia talking shit? Like, who are you, sir? Like, man, I'm Abe Lincoln's nephew. You can't fuck with me. Move out the fuck away. Pass all that metal detector shit. Just walk past up the metal detector and go right to the motherfucking hall of the Senate building. And like, what the fuck y'all doing? Give me that paper. Let me see this. Can you imagine that? That'd be amazing. Like, what are they doing? Where are they? Do they still? I know they living. I know they living. William McKinley. All the McKinleys. Y'all just taking this shit in? Y'all need to come in like some superheroes on some X-Men shit. Fix this shit. Come on. I might do a review on you guys. But I am speaking of review. I've been talking about this for like a couple weeks now. I don't have time today, but on Thursday I think I'm gonna roll out, okay, like I said, the I guess the politician of the week is gonna be Kamala Harris. We're gonna do a little focus spotlight on her. We're also going to dig into what happened on this day in 2016 to see if these articles were accurate, to see if these results that we were hearing about, various political news throughout that day, were we being deceived, and how do we lead to so much confusion in 2020? But see, I don't think the election results spurred any confusion in 2020. I think the confusion was in 2016. Everybody thought Clinton was going to win, right? They've been kicking the screen for the last 4 years, but this time is a little different. This time it's Republicans are kicking the screen, but I really feel they have a right to, right? I mean, shit. The stats, the claims, all add up. The circumstantial evidence is amazing. The affidavits are just enormous. There's a mass amount. So let's let them get the whistleblowers. So I mean, let's just get it all documented and see what happens. Well, I preferably would see a Senate ran by Republicans, so we can have some gridlock, so we can have some truth to power, so we can make sure Biden doesn't go too crazy with pay for play. All the old faces are coming back, y'all. Trump, if Biden wins, all the old faces that you know and love will come back. Just look at all his confirmations that he wants to bring, all his cabinet members he wants to bring in. Jesus, I get the chill just thinking about it. But I don't want to delve too deep into it. Like I said, we'll get into that on our Thursday Christmas Eve special show right here at Emos The Witness Field Show, episode 7. Hit that subscribe button, like me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Website coming soon. Wave 1 Media, downtown 120 East Market Street. We're going to have live chats coming soon. We'll be able to talk together and sort these articles and headlines together and kind of sort through things and kind of, like I said, don't come on here trying to argue with me, man. We just trying to sort through this world together. So I want to leave you with that little message, that little tidbit, that note. You know, we want to go through these articles. Like I said, I jump around in tangents a lot, but like I said, I just want to hit that home that, you know, the election's not over, and here are these articles are just kind of showing you how that the fight still continues. And sometimes, you know, you think that you're sitting back and you're wrapping your Christmas gifts and you're buying gifts and you're enjoying your life and you're thinking that Biden is your next president. I just don't want any surprises. I don't want you guys to look up and be shocked that something might change. It's time for us to grow, you guys. So, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here, you guys, and I'm gonna see you guys on Thursday. Well, like I said, we're gonna keep fighting, getting better with this show. We're gonna grow together. I thank you guys for spending time with me live. Emos Witness F.I.L.L Show, episode 7. We out.